live on TV.
There we go.
Have anybody, do you have it on your TVs at all?
Yeah, I have it on mine, yeah.
So you see us, Rick?
No. There's all these other infomercials. Less mowing, they're doing something else.
There we go. Perfect.
Yep, bingo.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Commission on Disabilities meeting for Tuesday, August 11th. Welcome back, everyone. We apologize for not having a few meetings due to the pandemic. There's been other things that are happening. If we could just please stand. I have a flag, and we will do Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. I have an agenda printed out. I sent an agenda to everyone. And if we can do Mr. Frenny, if you can do a roll call of the members that are on the screen, just the
Sure.
members that are on the screen for me.
Members are on the screen. Okay. Enza Goodwin.
Present.
Pauline Perno.
Present.
Commissioner Ralph DeChico.
Present.
Rick Frenny also present. That's the only four I see on the screen, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Albert Sheridan, I think he doesn't have the sound working. He's trying to redo it. So Albert, I know you probably can't talk. It's not working. Oh, it might be. It's not muted right now. If not, you want to try talking? If I don't hear you, just do a thumbs up. Okay. Thumbs up for the attendance. Thumbs up. Albert, thumbs up for attendance. Okay, perfect. And Robert Bent is joining us by the telephone.
Okay.
Present. Perfect. The first item on the agenda was asking for a motion to approve the meeting minutes. Our last meeting was March 10th, 2020. Somebody
I'll make the motion, Ralph.
Okay.
I'll make the
Rob
motion.
made the motion. And someone second it for me?
Second.
I'll do it. Oh,
Everyone seconded.
okay, good.
Perfect. Thank you. Item number 2 on the meeting is a follow-up from the previous month's meeting. We had a couple of items that were on our meeting that are just going to have the carryover. Unfortunately, one of the follow-ups that I was supposed to follow up everyone on was to let everyone know about the handicap parking signs that were going to go in front of the stadium, and hopefully, they were going to get them by graduation. But as we all know, what has happened since then, so that's a moot point right now. So obviously, I apologize, but I did not follow up on that. I'm under the impression that the signs did not go up, but because of everything else, that the workforce got changed and everybody was allocated into different positions. But as soon as the new norm can be established, I'm sure we could get that done. I'm not sure if there was any other follow-ups, Mr. Frenny, that we were supposed to look at, if you had that in front of you from the notes, or if anybody else knows if there's any other things to follow up on.
Regarding the parking in front of the stadium?
Yes, if there's anything else that we needed to follow up, that was next steps from our last meeting. I think that was the only thing that we had left as a next step.
Yeah, I have nothing here, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Except for what you already pointed out.
Okay, perfect. Item 3 is Commission on Disabilities updates. As the members can see here, we had one commission member who unfortunately had to step down due to family commitments, was Michelle DeBellis. So I wanted to let everyone be aware of that. It was unfortunate. I really hate to see Michelle go. She was a vital part of this commission. And I reached out to her. So unfortunately, she had to step down for personal reasons and family matters that she had to take care of. And she wasn't going to be able to commit to what was needed. But if she's still involved in CPAC, so she will be there if we need anything for a follow-up or any information in ENZA. You'll be able to be having communications with her also, and wanted to wish her the best and her family the best health through all of this. The other situation that I wanted to let everyone be aware of, the Commission on Disabilities, and I'm going to use this platform for people to know, the Commission on Disabilities office that we were using on Fridays can no longer be used right now because of social distancing, and also the way that the office was designated in the Veterans Affairs office. Veterans Affairs is actually also moving out of that office, and they're moving into the Elder Affairs building. So they're going there, and they have also allowed me space if I need it there. But what the will that I am trying to do is trying to do everything via telephone if need be. I feel it's not really safe for anyone to be meeting in person unless there's a dire need. So I've been handling everything on the phone, back and forth from home through this whole pandemic for our people with disability issues. I've had a few issues with different residents with needs for trying to find out information for not only handicap signs, but looking for resources for housing, for modifications to their homes. So I have been handling that, even though we haven't been meeting. I just wanted to let the residents know and the commission know that I have been still doing commission work and trying to meet with the state MOD on special education. There was a big lapse on that at the beginning. It was a big oversight from the state that kids on IEPs that were special education or kids with disabilities was really being overlooked on the state level, especially when the schools really closed. They were going remote, but they were trying to leave it down to the districts to facilitate what they were doing. So hopefully the state, I think they are doing some more funding with that, and knowing that there is a need for these students on the special education. And I just wanted to let you know that I have been having calls with the state. That the first call that they were having back in, I'm losing the days, months, and weeks, but the first one that was scheduled back in April, they had technology issues. So 5 minutes into that call, I know I kept with keeping Enza. You can't hear me? Enza, you can hear me, right? Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Enza, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, but I couldn't hear when you were talking about the calls that you mixed
Oh,
up
okay.
with days and months. I missed that whole piece.
Oh, okay. I was basically just stating that I've been receiving calls for handicap signs and applications, residents for resources for, we had issues with some disabled residents that were had visual impairments, that they had lost their cleaning services at the beginning, and I had to get into the state level for that. Also for home modifications. So I've been trying to resolve some of those issues for the residents. But the other problem at the beginning was the lapse in the education for students, special education, IEPs and whatnot. And I was on calls with the state, but the first call that I had with the state MOD was actually 5 minutes into the call, the technology went down from the state level. And I believe I had kept Enza and Michelle in on the loop back then. And then they had other calls I had other calls with that. So I'm hoping now, the state said that they were going to be assisting the districts with trying to figure out more of a plan for that, for the districts for special education and whatnot. So Enzo, I know, is behind the scenes trying to work on all that. So hopefully by September, our September meeting, we'll be able to know some more information on that. So I wanted to make everyone aware on that. Not sure if anyone has any questions on anything on that, on the office. The number's still going when they call. They're still going to the 311 dispatch when they call the disability office. I'm still getting the messages in. I'm calling them back. Sometimes I'm trying to do it the same day, but I'm doing numerous things right now. So sometimes it's not till the next day that I'm getting back to residents with their questions or needs. So I'm not sure if anybody has any questions or anything they want to know about. I'll leave it open to the members. No questions, comments, or anything on item 2, item 3, actually. Item 4, I have listed as the Revere Emergency Response COVID-19 Network. For the past few months, the city has been reaching out to all the residents of Revere from the beginning. We had been targeting the seniors and the disabled population, reaching out, making sure that they knew about Revere 311, Revere 211, and helped on that greatly, making those calls. We wanted to reach out and let them know about all the 311 if they had a need to call for food issues, and that's still ongoing now. What we do have, we have several food pantries that go on in the city. We have a pop-up pantry on Mondays at 3 o'clock for the residents to come. Actually, it's 3:30 until 4:30 or till supplies last. Then there is, and no registration is needed for that for Revere residents. Then there's the Wednesday night food pantry that the First Congregational Church, that's run out of the Rumney Marsh. And then there's that one, they have a registration for that. Then there's the Thursday pop-up pantry at the Rumney Marsh School from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and that also does not need a registration. And what we also do for residents that are disabled or are quarantined, we do offer our seniors, we do offer a delivery service for them. But there's a process they go through that when they call in, but we try and do it that people that are disabled do not go out because the resources are very limited, but because we do have drive ups for our food pantry. So if they can drive, they can come to the food pantry and we put the boxes into the vehicles. We put them right into the trunk so they do not have to walk anywhere to get it. So we're trying to make sure that that is out there and people know about it. Still people that do not know about the pop-up pantries that are out there. So there's a big outreach, and they can also still, pick up masks. We still have them available at the pop-up pantries that people can pick up. I know the city just did a big campaign with the state over the weekend. And it's going to continue because I'm sure people may have seen the governor today. There's 33 cities and towns in the state that are very active, in the numbers going up. And then there's four cities and towns that are considered red in the hotspot. And the 4 cities are Revere, Lynn, Chelsea, and Everett. So they're going to be having an extra effort in getting the message spread out in those communities. And basically, there's misconception that it was the beach that's causing it, and it's not the beach. What it is there's a lot of people having house parties, backyard parties, that is causing the uptick. So that's just information that I just wanted to put out there. But there are resources out there for food, and the city is there. And just to call the Revere 311. If anyone has any questions or comments or anything else more to add to that.
Ralph, about how much longer are they going to do the pop-up pantries and I know that the food pantry itself has changed location because it obviously was very, very tight over at the church area. But how about
There-
the pop-up pantries and all
there
of
is-
that? Is that going to continue
Yeah,
going through?
yeah, there's no end date, no
There's
end
no end
date in
date.
sight.
Okay.
Yeah, no end date in sight.
All right. Good to know. Good to let people know that.
Yeah, definitely.
And how about the mask distribution? Is that going to continue as well?
The master.
I've had a lot of people in my area that they're not wearing masks. It's obvious. It's very apparent. And, you know, you ask, do you have access? And you really don't get a full answer to it. So I'm just wondering if that's going to be promoted continuously.
Yeah, there's gonna be another campaign. Yeah,
Another
there's gonna be
campaign.
another campaign.
Okay.
And as the governor stated today, the state is also gonna be helping in these 4 communities to get it out more too. But yeah, masks, like when they come to the food pantries, they could also get masks. But like I said, masks are readily available now everywhere. At the beginning, you couldn't find masks anywhere. Masks are everywhere, wherever
Oh,
you look.
I know.
You know, so there is no excuse that why they can't get a mask. They're at gas stations and they're not price gouging. Market Basket is selling them. They're about $25 for a box of 50, I believe.
Mhm.
So they're real cheap. So there's no reason why they can't get them. Like I said, if people are quarantined or disabled, they can come from the 311. They can, you know, there'll be another campaign on it. They had it on the beach this weekend.
No, I saw it. That's why I asked.
Yeah,
if it's gonna
yeah.
continue
So
again.
it's out there. There's masks out there that can be purchased, or they can call the Revere 311 and they'll be given the options
Okay.
that are available for it.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the billboards are up to mask. You know, it's not only
Oh,
to wear
yes.
yourself, you know, it's to wear for other people.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing.
Okay.
And there's also, I put it on the Facebook page. There's a couple of things on the Facebook page. There's a new initiative. There's a state website. If you see any business or anyone that is not complying, that you can email it directly, send an email directly to it.
Mhm.
So I put it on the Disabilities Facebook page.
Okay.
So that's right there. Also, so does anybody else have any questions or comments on that?
Ralph, I got one quick comment.
Yep.
As you know, I've been really sick the last couple of weeks with my kidney and stuff, and I've been tested for coronavirus 8 times in the last 8 weeks. So what I would say to any resident or Revere, disabled or not, if you're not wearing a mask, you should be.
Yeah, definitely. And the city has the testing capabilities at Revere High School. The daily list, they're on the website, or you can call 311 for the times. And they also opened up another walk-up site at the Marquee Bridge down the beach. And I believe that's 12 to 4 daily, 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock daily, at no cost. And there's a lot of misconceptions out there that the numbers that are being tested, numbers are going up because everybody's getting put into a pool. That's bringing our numbers up. They're being separated. If you're not a Revere resident, those numbers are not going into that pool, because the COVID tracing team, when a positive number comes back, then they do know who and where you're from. So they do get separated if you're a Revere resident or not from a positive test. So that's a lot of misconception and a lot of information that's being disseminated on Facebook, which is false. So if you want accurate information, check the Revere the Revere.org website, and all the information is posted on there. And the information, adequate information and correct information, is coming from the Revere Board of Health. Dr. Kong keeps putting accurate information on there, which is the true information that people should be following. Anyone else on that?
I didn't know Facebook had inaccurate information.
Yeah.
Who would have known that?
Ralph,
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure you could hear me. You finally figured it out.
Perfect.
Hey, Al's there. Oh, happy anniversary, Ralph.
Oh, you beat me to the punch. Thank you.
Well, you gonna
Aw.
wish yourself a happy anniversary?
I was gonna say something.
Oh, you said, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just got I just need a second to,
Sure.
I just got a message, something about,
While you're doing that, I'll just say, on my way to my daughter's graduation today, I noticed the COVID line at the high school. It was out around and heading towards Rite Aid. I thought it was in the line for the graduation, and it was the COVID line all the way into the parkland to the back of the high school. There had to be probably 70 cars there, easily waiting in line. So that's that. People keep calling me up. I gotta hit decline. Yeah, it was impressive. I was like, well, a lot of people getting tested.
I just heard there was a problem with Revere TV recording it. So I just hit a record button for the rest of the meeting. So it's
Sure.
gonna record it in the cloud.
No problem.
So sorry about that. So I just wanted to check
Yeah,
that.
we're still on. Yeah, we're still on TV.
Yeah. Any other questions or concerns on that? No comments?
Nope.
Okay, item number 5 is the CODA monthly conference call meeting from March through August. And to be honest with you, I was trying to be on the calls in the past few months, but I'm not sure people know, but I was trying to be on my phone as I've been doing other things. And I basically just been there at those phone call meetings, but my head hasn't been there. So I've been just basically going over the meetings, and basically what all the monthly CODA meetings have been is just been talking about what the communities, other cities and towns have been doing for the COVID response. So there hasn't been any new information. This past week's meeting, I got some different information, and I'm just gonna look at my notes to go over that. They basically what they are looking at is trying to find out when meetings, now that they see that these Zoom meetings are being used all over the place, they're trying to think of how city meetings can be incorporated, maybe with using Zoom technology going forward, even though when meetings do go back live, because there is more of technology that can be inputted into it, whereas interpreters can be added to it. And also closed captioning can be directly added into it. So a lot of the cities and towns were looking at ways of switching to have video meetings incorporated into live meetings on TV, so that technology can be offered. So that was a big part of this month's meeting. And they just talked about, let me see, take a look at this. Different boards, different communities, when that they don't have members from their Commission on Disabilities on certain boards for when they're doing construction, such as school construction, they're not getting input from the Commission on Disabilities on viewing it, and also any type of variances for projects that are going through the ABA, Architectural Access, AAB Architectural Access Board, so they're not being aware of it. But we do. I receive all the letters from the State Architectural Access Board when anytime any building or whatnot is asking for a variance. So not only the building department receives it, the Revere Commission on Disability gets it. I haven't seen any issues come through for any of the buildings that are looking for variances. That will affect it. There was only one building that had an issue. It was the dental office on Broadway, near the old Speakeasy, and that got rectified. They were making the entrance different, and they were not. There was not a way that was handicap accessible, but that got rectified. That they had to build a ramp that would be movable in and out. So if someone had a walking impairment, whether they used a walker or a wheelchair, so that they would have access to the building. So that was just some of the issues that some of them were having. The other thing that they mentioned, that was mentioned, is They were talking about how you could, what someone wanted to assist with helping a person with visual impairment walking, how the best way to approach someone who you think may need help walking in a building or crossing a street. And I believe it was the town of Brookline created a video on the proper ways in doing it. And I had posted that right onto the Commission on Disabilities page. If anyone wanted to take a look at it, it was pretty informational.
It was very well done. I
Yeah.
did watch it, and
Right.
it was, you know, you think about these things, especially with wearing masks. How are you going to convey information to, you know, people that may or may not, you know, may need various assistives? And what they did in doing that video, because I did watch it, it was very, very well done, I thought. But it was also very interesting to think about it in your own, just in your own neighborhood, how that would play out if you did have to help someone. I know that, you know, like it's saying, use a cane, keeping a cane 6 feet apart.
Right.
Well, you know, you have somebody going down the handicap ramp or like a ramp into the street. How is that going to really work? Because is there actually a 6-foot area? So, I mean,
Right.
just there are some logistical things that you want to start to think about, because this is a very real scenario. If social distancing is going to continue, which it should, and it probably will for some time, you know, think about the access ramps or the egresses into the street off of a sidewalk. You know, how wide are they? How are you going to lead? How are you going to manipulate so that you're, you know, you're staying far enough apart, yet you're close enough to actually assist someone so they're not falling off of the curbing. So things to watch for is the different ways that they help in the maneuvering. But it was very well done overall.
Right. All right. Yeah, I'm glad that you saw it. And if our meeting doesn't go too much longer, I'm thinking of maybe sharing the screen and putting the video on, and we could, you know, for the public to watch it during this meeting. Pauline, do you think that would be a good idea? Or
I think it would be an excellent idea. I think if nothing else, it's going to spark some thought. Even if you don't have to find yourself in that situation, or you haven't found yourself in that situation, I think it's always good if you can think ahead for that just in case moment. It's better to have that information and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Right.
So I think it would be very helpful.
okay. All right. Item number 6 is I just wanted to I'm going to pull something up on my screen here. It's the Census 2020 information. It basically, I just wanted to put out a reminder to everyone to remember to fill out the 2020 census. It's going to help our community get its fair share of resources for schools, transportation, healthcare, and other needs for the next 10 years. The more people we accurately count, the more funding Revere will receive, especially now in this time of pandemic and needs. Revere right now, the response rate is 53% have responded, which is
What was the percentage?
53.
Okay.
53% of the population in Revere has responded. So last time I checked, we were like 48th in the state of responding. But if you look at some of the cities and towns that have responded, that are higher, some of the cities and towns that have like 80%, they don't have that big of a population. Our population, not to say that our population is that big, but I think we can get our numbers up a lot better than that. It would be great if we can make it into the 70% range, because there's a lot of money on the table that the city
A lot
could
of
get.
people in the city too. What we have,
Right.
57, 58,000 people?
Yeah, and it's safe. It doesn't get reported. There's just a big misconception that it gets reported to, to agencies, and it does not. It's very safe to fill it out, and everybody that's in your that's living in your house, you want to have accounted for, because that's money that comes to help for programs in the cities and towns. And right now, I'm concerned about Revere. So the more people that we can get to fill it out, the more money we can get into the city to run these programs and do work and whatnot for the cities and towns. There's a big campaign and trying to push that. It's not the best time for a census to be taken, but we have to do what we have to do. So I just wanted to get that out there. If anybody has any questions or comments. So hopefully all of my members have all filled out their census 2020.
Yes, sir.
Long time ago.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Item 7 is, that's why I didn't really put a lot on the agenda. So I wanted to open this forum for our members or any residents for any concerns with any ongoing issues, questions, or any feedback that anyone has for disability issues, questions, comments, any other city issues that we're having. I wanted to open this up for that platform.
Ralph, if I could, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
You froze. Enza froze for a minute.
Enza froze. She got the face. Enza, where are you? Enza still might have dial-up.
Yeah, she's using AOL.
He's using AOL.
There you go.
Hey,
You're
there
back
you go.
now. You froze. You're using AOL.
That's what it is, dial-up. So we are meeting remotely via CPAC.
Okay.
And we're trying to brainstorm some ideas moving forward. So if anybody has any suggestions, we'd be happy to listen to them. But right now, I think there's, for good reason, a lot of fear. A lot of people are worried. And we're not exactly sure what direction to go in.
Okay.
So maybe not right at this moment, but if anybody comes up with any ideas or suggestions, we're open to any and all.
Perfect. Yeah, that's why I didn't ask you for any monthly, because I know there isn't, and I figure that's why I left this platform for anybody to talk about anything. Anyone else?
Yeah, and Enza, so I kind of got half of it. Are you looking for suggestions for meetings or meeting places? So
Well,
topics of the meetings?
Yeah, so I mean, I think at this point, I don't think any of us feel comfortable with safe meeting in person. So it'll definitely be taking place virtually.
Okay.
We have a good idea in terms of different trainings that we can do through the Federation and through Mass Advocates. But we're just wondering if there's anything we're missing out on that we should be doing.
Okay. Well, I mean, as you know, as a father of 3, 2 with autism, I've been through it all. And I know I wanted to speak last year. Unfortunately, for my car accident, I wasn't able to do it. But I did, when there is time for a CPAC, I do want to explain to parents and members how I know most of the members that have younger children, a lot younger than mine. So they haven't gone through a guardianship, custodianship or guardianship. They haven't gone through SSDI as under 18, SSDI over 18, and options for after high school. And that's something I can definitely help out with, or at least guide you along and show you the type of forms you need to fill out without having to get an attorney and spend, tens of thousands of dollars to get the SSDI for your child and to get them in the right program and to get, going working with Suffolk Family Court and getting guardianship of the child once they turn 18. So you'll be able to make their decisions for them, whether it's financially or health-wise. It supersedes a proxy, supersedes everything. And a lot of people, a lot of agencies want to see that as well as working with all these places like caregiver homes to help your child raise your child in your house instead of sending them out into a community housing. They'd rather have the child be raised with the family, and they actually help you financially, taking care of your own child, once they turn 18. So there's a lot of good resources out there. A lot of people aren't aware of, and we found them a lot of research and some direction from a few friends, including some former teachers. So love to share all that knowledge with you guys one day. So definitely, keep me on the agenda, and you let me know when it's ready, and I'll bring handouts. I'll print out everything, how to go about it, and it's only good if you use it. So, but I just wanted to just throw that out at you and just say someone who's been there and done that. Pretty good insight of how the whole system works once they get high school age and afterwards.
That would be great. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Commissioner, it was long-winded, but I just had to get that out.
No problem at all. The thing is, I hit the button on a few people and muted them. So if you're muted, you can unmute it.
I'm not repeating that.
There was some feedback. So if we
Okay.
get feedback, we'll just mute, and I'll have you guys just mute and unmute it. So Pauline, I know I hit the button and it muted you, so you will just have to unmute when you have to talk on the bottom left column. It should be right on the bottom, and you can hit. There you go.
There you go.
I have unmuted you. Thank
And
you.
Albert, you're the same way. I hit the wrong button. Anyone else have anything else that they want to mention? Robert?
No.
I just wanted to double check.
Nah, not really. Only thing I really would like to do is just give you a shout out on off. Not only do you wear your hat for us, but the stuff you've done for Corona during the pandemic has been amazing. To watch what you've done has been absolutely amazing.
What? I didn't get that.
To watch the stuff that you've gone and done, not only for the commission, but during the pandemic to help out the citizens of the city has just been amazing to watch.
That's not. Thank you.
Wow. Would you slip my 20 there, Mr. Commissioner?
Yeah, a virtual $20 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
So
right.
you have done a great job, Ralph. You've been involved in all aspects, really. I mean, I hear your name, and it's all in a positive way. And then you made a hell of a difference to hundreds and hundreds of families here in the city. So good job, my friend. Good job.
No, just trying to do what I can to help out when I can.
Appreciate it. You did great.
Thank you. There's a couple of people on it, but I haven't seen anybody raise their hands. Any residents that wanted to speak. So, what if it's okay with everyone? I wanted to play that video for a few minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah. No resident
Sure.
wants to speak.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen.
Hmm.
Let me close that.
Okay.
Let's see. Does everybody see how to guide a person with vision loss?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'm learning here.
Yeah, you are. I thought I lost everyone.
All right, so now I am going to make it bigger. Let's see, full screen.
So,
And I'm going to hit play, okay? And if you want, you can mute your.
My phone is dying. I'm gonna have to leave.
Okay, Albert. Okay. So was a bit informative, I guess, on the TV. Let me put my camera back. On the TV, it just came as closed captioning because of the way it was streaming. The sound doesn't stream over it when you do a screen share. But actually, you can see with the technology though that we had closed captioning, which was good in a way. But I didn't realize that the sound didn't come through. But it was pretty informative. So if anybody actually wants to hear the sound on it too, it's on the Facebook page for the Commission on Disabilities. And they can want that link. It's right there. They can email me and I can send it to them. So I just thought it was pretty interesting and pretty informative. Learned some information that I did not know about. So does anyone else have any questions or concerns or comments or anything that they wanted to go over? Okay, Mr. Vice Chair, do you have the agenda printed out or no?
I do not, Mr.
Okay.
Chico. I apologize.
No,
I
no
was
problem.
hoping Enzo could read it.
No, it's okay. Did you print it out, Enza? Oh, you're on mute.
Of course, I printed it out.
Oh, okay. I'll have you read it, just so you don't have to hear my voice anymore.
If you can't hear me at any point, just give me the thumbs down.
All right.
So I'm not.
What we'll all do is we'll all mute so we won't get feedback. So everybody just mute it. And
The Commission on Disabilities, due to COVID-19 and the safety of all residents, is trying to limit in-person appointments due to the unavailability and use at our present office location. Residents can speak to staff from our 311 Constituent Service Center Monday through Friday when you.
I lost you, Enza.
I did too.
Enza.
Back to you as soon as possible.
We lost you, Enza.
Come on.
Where are you? You, I know where you are. You're in a bunker, huh?
I am in my kitchen right on Sargent.
Oh yeah, Sergeant Street is terrible. Yeah, you know. We lost you right after Monday through Friday.
Oh gosh, I already finished that paragraph.
Yeah.
Do I need to go back or can I continue with paragraph 2?
I would start there. Just say when you call our office.
At 781-286-8267. They will be able to answer most questions, but if they are unable to, or if you would like a call back from our office, please ask to be transferred to the Disability Office's voicemail, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. We are working on solidifying another temporary location for our office for necessary in-person appointments determined by the Commission on Disabilities on Friday mornings. We will update this information when available on our disability page on the city website. As always, please let us know if you would like something discussed or brought up and added to our monthly meeting agenda. You can let us know if you would like to speak on any issue or concern. The Commission is here to help and assist all the disabled residents and families of Revere. Yes? Thank you. Ralph, you're muted.
I just wanted to see if you were watching. Thank you, Enza. The next thing on the agenda was next steps, but we don't have any next steps because we're just the next steps is trying to see if we're going to have see if I'm going to have an office. But as I stated, I'm just going to basically stay remote for the office for right now, and it's working all right. I'm reaching out to the residents and doing it that way. So like I said, I'd rather not have in person if at all possible. Hopefully the commission agrees with me on that.
Absolutely.
Okay. And also will be looking to get a new member on the board to replace Michelle DeBellis, so that in Human Resources should be posting that. So we'll see how that goes.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough to replace her.
Exactly. So that's all that I have. The next meeting is going to be Tuesday, September 8th at 6 p.m. I foresee it's going to be Zoom again. I prefer to do it this way, regardless, but we'll see what happens. I think right now everybody is still going to be doing remote meetings. So we'll do it that way. So unless there's any objections to that, I'd just rather be safe than sorry. And everybody can wear their pajamas and just have a nice top on like you're all doing right now. I've seen some crazy Zoom things on TV. People have nice shirts on and then they have their pajamas on.
Not me.
Not me.
That's
Not
the
me.
funny thing about this.
Enzo, you're wearing your PJs already, Enzo?
That's what he figured it out.
Yeah. All right. So if anybody has any needs anything, please reach out to me, and I'll try my best and see if I can help out from the state level. I'm waiting for them to schedule another meeting. We had an MOD meeting a couple of months ago that I'm waiting for the video link of that call. So once I can get that recorded video link, I'll email it all to you so you can hear what went on that call.
Great.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
Motion. Yep, motion to adjourn.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. And please be safe. And for you, your family, please stay safe.
You as well.
Thank
Be
you.
safe,
Have
guys.
a good night now. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.